Chapter 4. The Campaign Against Quebec. British victory in the French and Indian War was near. Only Quebec remained to be conquered. It was a walled city on high cliffs and the gateway to New France. A British victory would cut off Montcalm's communication with French forces. It would also cut off his troops' supplies. The British captured Quebec during the Battle of the Plains of Abraham. Brigadier General James Wolfe was confident as he led his ships up the St. Lawrence River toward Quebec in June 1759. But French leader Montcalm was prepared. His plan was to keep his troops secure inside the city. He refused to meet the British directly. Winter was coming soon. The St. Lawrence River would freeze and the British would be forced to retreat. The French surrendered the city of Montreal to the British in 1760. Wolfe's frustration. Wolfe tried to force Montcalm and his troops to face him. The British fired large, mounted guns on Quebec from their ships. Wolfe's men spent August burning, looting, and killing civilians in the area around the city. Montcalm still refused to fight. Wolfe then tried an assault on the city by water. This was a mistake. Low tide prevented the boats from landing. Wolfe needed another way to advance on the city. A daring raid. On September 12, 1759, Wolfe and some of his men performed one of the most daring actions in military history. Carrying 2 heavy artillery pieces, they climbed the 150-foot cliff on the St. Lawrence River. This brought them to the Plains of Abraham near the walls of Quebec. The battle on the Plains of Abraham. Montcalm made the mistake of leaving the fort and meeting Wolfe's troops on the Plains of Abraham. If he had waited for help, the battle might have ended differently. The clash lasted less than an hour. Neither general survived. The city surrendered on September 18th. General Wolfe died after the battle on the Plains of Abraham. He became a folk hero and was the subject of numerous stories, poems, and songs. French surrender. The French tried to take Quebec back in 1760 but failed. British troops attacked the city of Montreal. The remaining sick or injured French were housed there. The French were helpless against the British forces. On September 8th, the French surrendered Montreal. This means they also surrendered all of Canada. The French and Indian War officially ended with the signing of the Treaty of Paris on February 10, 1763. This treaty gave Canada and all French-held territory east of the Mississippi except New Orleans to Great Britain. France gave up its colonial claims in India and all of Canada except for 2 small islands. Great Britain took Florida from Spain. These terms left France with little power or land in North America and made Great Britain a world empire. Further evidence. British victory in the French and Indian War depended on conquering Quebec. Review Chapter 4. Identify its main point and find supporting evidence. Then visit the following websites to learn more about the war and to find a quote that supports the chapter's main point. The French and Indian War.